What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over talking about how my team does the same thing at the end of the year, each and every year, and it bugs me. Like, I'll get into it, I'll talk about it, but it has everything to do with the lack of variety, the lack of, creativity, all of those types of things. Now, as we do dive into this thing and talk about it, if you are new to the channel, have not yet, make sure you guys do smash that subscribe button. I really do appreciate all of the support on the channel. Now, I want to start with this. What is the point of endgame in my team? Because right now, all of your best players have the same exact SIGs, have these same exact releases. You look at GOAT Wemby, he has Patty Mills base, as do a lot of the other GOAT cards. You look at every GOAT card, they have the Pro 2 leaner. Every GOAT card's gonna have Garland, Francis, D-Fox moving crossover. There is no uniqueness and no creativity. Meanwhile, why do we have a Victor Wembanyama that's a GOAT card, that's an invincible card, and that's a 100 overall card? Why do we have a Yao that is a GOAT card and a 100 overall card? Why do we have a Tim Thomas that has a GOAT card that has a dark matter? Why do we have a Michael Beasley that has a GOAT card and a dark matter? Meanwhile, why do we have, I'm just going to throw out a name, a Jaden McDaniels that throughout the entire year saw 2 cards? Why do we have a Ty Jerome who has seen 2 cards throughout the entire year? Why do we have a DeAndre Hunter card who has seen 1 card throughout the entire year? The lack of creativity is crazy, and it is something that has bugged me throughout 2K's history. They could do so much as far as dropping these different cards on a consistent basis, but they're too worried about each and every week dropping all of these endgame cards, all of these GOAT cards that literally look like all the exact same. Like they're either gonna have Patty Mills base, or they're gonna have like what are the other ones? Cam Thomas. Like there's Steph Curry base, Sexton upper, or Oscar upper. There's only a certain amount of SIGs cards can have. And so like at this stage, if you're looking at my squad, and I'll briefly talk about it. So I have GOAT Yao, right? He has the Andre Drummond Oscar up run very quick. Right now I'm running Carmelo Anthony, right? He has the Oscar upper, Cam Thomas base, same release as a lot of these cards. There's just no difference within any of these cards we're using. And even if you go back to like last year, at the end of the year, all of these cards look the exact same. Like they did. They all look basically identical, when we're looking at what these cards truly were. And so it's just like, I wasn't playing at the end of last year, so I shouldn't even say that because a lot of these cards do look somewhat different. But if you go back to 23 too, all of these endgame cards were the exact same. Like all of them. They had the exact same SIGs. They had the exact same release. KPJ, Sadiq upper on very quick, Trae Young leaner. That's what all of them were. And it brings me to the point that I want to make. Why is this card not usable? This card is not usable because there's nothing about him that separates him. Imagine if Steph Curry was the only one to get, the Francis SIGs, right? Imagine if Yao and Wemby didn't get them. Imagine even tall point guards didn't get them. So imagine like the new Tracy McGrady didn't get those types of SIGs, didn't get the best SIGs in the game. You want these smaller point guards to be usable, 2K? You've got a prime opportunity to do that. But again, instead, the way 2K would rather do things is make all of these cards basically copy and paste SIGs, maybe slightly tweak the releases of these cards, but basically they're the same as well. And it just makes for the end of the year, at this stage, to be, I don't want to say boring, but it's like all of these cards are the exact same. Whether it's the Patty Oscar, whether it's, whether it's the Andre Drummond Oscar, like all of these cards are the exact same. And so that's, I guess, to me where it's like, it's boring in a sense because there's just no uniqueness. There's no change of any of these things. All of these cards have the exact same SIGs. Everybody is going to have that D-Fox moving crossover, the Pro 2 leaner. And to me, there's no creativity with it because I almost guarantee you, come Friday, we're going to get some new GOAT cards. And honestly, it doesn't even matter the name on them. right? Because the height is the only thing that matters. There's no unique SIGs. There's no unique, dribble SIGs. There's no unique releases. Everything is a copy and paste. The GOAT cards are going to be the best cards in the game, but again, there's no changes. There's no uniqueness. Even the Sean Bradley, he saw a slightly different release in the Claxton, but he still had Pro 2, still had Garland, still had Francis, still had Steph Escape, still had the D-Fox moving crossover. There is no change of any of these cards. And it's not just that it's this year. It is year in, year out that this is what we see. At the end of the year, all of these cards get the best SIGs. And again, I would be fine if it was just okay, let's say and I'm just going to throw out a name, right? Let's say Dino, right? He's undersized at this stage for a big. So why does Dino not get slightly better SIGs than a guy, let's say GOAT Yao? Am I the only one that wants that? Make Dino at least somewhat relevant at this stage in a stage of the game where, all these cards have literally the best SIGs and the best releases, and I want a card to be usable? Am I asking for too much? Am I on the wrong side of this thing? And look, this is coming from myself, who I love endgame in my team. That's when I think it is the most fun to personally play the game. But that's coming from me, who 4 years ago it wasn't like this. I promise you, in 2K19, we got out of position cards and stuff, and it still got cheesy. But not all the cards had the best SIGs and the best releases. I don't even think I can go back to 2K19. But even at the end of 2K20, I don't even think these cards still saw LeBron James base on normal. What happened to this? Why do we need all of these cards to get all of the best SIGs, all of the best releases? Back, 4 years ago, that's not how it was. The cards still had these same exact releases that they had all year long. There was some separation in cards. There was some difference. They weren't all copy and paste of each other. And it brings me back to the point of in 2K19, when point guard Shaq was in the game, he was the best, or you could run him at point guard because there weren't any position locks or anything. But guess what? Not everybody ran him because he had the Shaquille O'Neal base, which was not good at that stage. What happened to these types of cards? Why are we in the stage we're at now where all of the cards are the exact same, and the only difference is, number one, how tall they are and what they look like on the floor? That's the only difference. The rest of the SIGs are basically the exact same. Why does everybody have the Oscar Robertson upper? I don't even necessarily love that upper, and everybody's got it. I just feel like 2K has so much more potential and could do so many more things if they just would not change everything about every card and release different cards. Why do we need the same exact cards 900 times? I'm serious. You go back to this year, we at least saw some different cards. I don't know. And James Harden was good. Luka Doncic was good at the end of the year. You saw some variety. You saw some change. And you saw some different cards like Adrian Dantley, Jack Sikmush, Stephon Marbury, Phil Jackson, Cam Reddish. You saw all these different cards. Eddie Curry. How many Eddie Curry cards did we even see this year? I just feel like 2K is going in the complete opposite way. It's who can make us the most money in packs, and that's all they care about. Which honestly, if I was a company and I 2K and I knew what made me money, I might do the same thing. But I'm just saying 2K has so much potential to do so much more with this game and dropping cards and making them unique, and they just don't do it. Eddie Curry was one of the best bigs in the game at the end of the year, even though his badges and stats weren't as good because he had set shot 38 or jump shot 38. That was one of the best releases in the game. Why are we, 4 years removed, 5 years removed, I think, from this, and we've seen as big of a change as we have? It's not needed. It's not necessary, 2K. Just go back to these days, and I promise you, I think the community is going to like it more and be more receptive. That's where I'm at. I'm so sick and tired of everybody getting the same copy and paste SIGs, the same copy and paste release. And maybe I'm in the minority here. Maybe you guys like it, but I want some different cards. That's going to wrap it up for our video. Let me know your thoughts. Drop a like on it. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.